Very good afternoon, children. This is L.K. Tripathi from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar. Dear students, today we have to discuss about the emergence of new kingdoms. This is your history portion. This topic will give us a lot of information about the emergence of new kingdoms in our country. During the earliest phase of the medieval history, roughly starting from the 7th century, vassals or chieftains representing numerous clans identities rose in prominence in different parts of the subcontinent. Considerably, we find our medieval history from 700 century ahead in the Indian subcontinent, and so many things through this medieval history we find related to our culture, socio-economic activities, religion, and different types of things. Soon they acquired power and wealth and asserted their independence to establish independent kingdoms. For instance, Danti Durga defeated the Chalukyas and laid the foundation of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Some chieftains, such as the Gurjara Pratihara, gave up their traditional occupation and successfully established their kingdom in Rajasthan. A clan of warriors, referred to as the Rajputs, dominated the history of North and Central India from about 750 century to 1200 century. They claim descent from the solar family or lunar family. Many historians trace their ancestry to tribes such as the Huns, Kushanas, Sakas, etc. They established their kingdoms throughout North India and guarded the land from Arab and Turk invaders. During the reign of Harshvardhana, Kannauj became the center of all political development in North India. On account of its strategic position, Kannauj fostered trade and commerce, and high fertility of the soil encouraged agricultural growth. Due to this, all new kingdoms that sprang up after the disintegration of Harshvardhana's empire were equally interested in acquiring control over Kannauj. Now the next, warring kingdoms involved in tripartite struggle. The beginning of medieval Indian history was marked by a long struggle involving the Gurjara Pratihara of Malwa, the Rajputas of Deccan, and the Palas of Bengal to establish their supremacy over Kannauj. As this event involved three major regional powers, It is described by historians as the Tibetan struggle. The constant struggle eventually weakened the three dynasties and resulted in their ultimate decline. Now the next, Gurjara Pratiharas. Who were Gurjara Pratiharas? In which part of the country they established their power? Let's find. The Gurjara Pratiharas were the dominant power in western India, that is parts of western and central Rajasthan and parts of central India. Initially, they had been local officials who later succeeded in establishing independent principalities. They resisted the Arab incursions. The long struggle of powerful rulers of this dynasty included Nagabhatta first, that is 750 to 780 century. The founder of this dynasty, Vats Raja and Mihir Bhoja, Mihir Bhoja was the most powerful ruler of this dynasty. The most prominent among them he was, who established the largest empire in northern India, up to North Kannauj at his capital. He issued silver coins and also showed the emblem of Varaha. This was his coin's mark, and incarnation of Lord विष्णु. ये भगवान विष्णु के अवतार का प्रतीक है जो 12 अवतार में मिलता है, उसको उसने अपने कॉइन्स पर मार्क किया. He also assumed the title of Maharaja Dhiraj. Adivara. Masudi, a foreign traveler, wrote extensively about the power and prestige of the Gurjara Pratihara rulers. They were great patrons of this dynasty and fond of art and literature. Rajshekhara, the famous Sanskrit poet, was patronized by the Pratihara rulers. The Palas, who were the Palas? The Pala Empire was established by Gopala around 750 century. His kingdom extended over the states of present-day Bengal, Bihar, parts of Odisha and Nepal. They fought many wars with the Gurjara Pratiharas and Rajputas. The Pala dynasty expanded their political boundaries under Dharmapala and his son Devapala. Their empire included Kannauj, Odisha, Bihar, Assam and northern India. According to the Tibetan chronicles, the Palas were patrons of Buddhist learning, literature and education. Dharmapala established the famous Vikramshila Buddhist University. Pala rulers also donated generously to Nalanda University, another famous center of Buddhist learning and education. They had trade and cultural relations with the countries of Southeast Asia. Mahipala, one of the later rulers, was defeated by Rajendra Chola of the Chola dynasty in 1023 century. Ramapala 1082 to 1124 century was the last known king of the dynasty. The Khalji invasion eventually dealt the final blow to the Pala dynasty. Alauddin Khalji's invasion over India rooted out the Pala dynasty from the North India. The Rajputa kingdom was established by Danti Durga or Danti Varman. The word Rashtra in Sanskrit means territory, while Kutu means chieftains. Prior to acquiring the status of a ruling dynasty in the Deccan, the Rajputas were the vassals of the Chalukyas in central India. The dynasty produced many famous, various, and efficient administrators. See here, Kailash Mat temple, great example of the Indian architecture. Now you can see it in old shape. This is very old and famous temple of this country. Malkheda, Manyakhet near modern Solapur in Maharashtra was the capital of Rashtrakutas. They fought many wars with the Gurjara Pratiharas, the Chalukyas of Bengi, the Pallavas of Kanchi, and the Pandyas of Madurai. Gradually, large tracts of Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Malwa came to be included in the Rashtrakuta Empire. So, in this way, we can say all these dynasties ruled over India for a long time in different parts of the country, that is in south and north. Figure 2.1, this is necessary for us to observe. What does it say? Nalanda University, founded by the Palas. इस यूनिवर्सिटी को इस्टेब्लिश करने वाले पालास थे और ये बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन माना जाता है भारत में. Not only the students or scholars from India used to go there for education, but from the different parts of the world, the scholars came here to get education. This was one of the most important university. The students, it is said that more than 10,000 students belonging from different parts of the world used to go there for learning. Many great teachers, many learned people taught the students in this university. Now you can say it in ruined way. After Khalji invasion, this university was destroyed and all the epics, important and precious epics were born there. So in this way we can say the emergence of new kingdoms which perished in the country, enriched the society of the country, also they established their culture, their power, their religion through the historical evidences we come to know about that. So rest of the things we shall discuss in the next video, next explanation. Till then, you must get involved yourself in the prescribed task that is given according to your according to your timetable in the group study materials, and also revise and find out all sorts of question answer as prescribed by your teacher. Not only that, the copies, fair copies, PC must be checked, must be cleared properly at home. Thank you very much.